Hey guys, it's your boy Yo, and today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I've wanted for the longest of time, ever since it was announced, Figma's very own personified skull. As for Persona 5, and if I've played it, because, well, based on my other reviews, I have said that I had not played the game, but guess what? Over winter, I have been trying to play the game, and I am pretty well in, and I've got to admit, the game is pretty fun. It's about, Joker, or Silent Protagonist number 129. And as he goes through Shujin Academy and fights evil monsters, also known as shadows, and protect the world from evil adults and their evil ways. As for how deep the story is, you're gonna have to actually play it yourself. I highly recommend it. It's a PlayStation exclusive, but it's a great game, and anybody should play it, so you should play the game. And if you haven't, well, why are you clicking on this video? Now, Ryuji's role in the game is to be your first friend that you ever meet at Shujin Academy. He's a pretty cool dude with a rough attitude, but he is probably by far your best male friend, and he's just a very, very interesting person to talk to with a pretty rough backstory. So you really get to see behind his troublemaking ways. In the game, he's also one of the two hardest hitters, along with Yusuke Kitagawa, which I also made a review on him. Go check it out, please. I need the review. But anyway, I have to stop talking about the game, unfortunately. Go check out IGM's review on it or something. Now, for now, let's just take a look at the adaptation Figma made of this amazing character. One thing you'll notice instantly out of the packaging is that he is incredibly skinny. This man looks like he hasn't eaten anything. He has like not a single piece of fat on him. While Joker, the protagonist of the game, has his flap things on his Figma figure, this man has nothing. Even Yusuke had the puffy things on his vest. That helped him have more mass. This guy feels like an actual skeleton, which makes perfect sense since his name is Skull. But overall, I'd say the figure looks good. You just have to get him into a slouching position. In the game, I hate to say that over and over again, but he is always in a slouchy position. So it just looks natural on him, and it gives him more mass, or at least it gives him the appearance of having more mass. So overall, if you have him in the right poses, he is a good figure, but in some poses, he does look a little awkward, so you just have to see what fits with you. But I must admit, Figma is always right in their painting and their sculpting. The painting on this guy is precise, from his bullets and all the little parts in his armor. It just looks super nice and exquisite. I really like how they painted him, and it really makes up, and it really shows that he is a $80 figure. Now, I do have one thing to say. When he came out of the packaging, he smelled like Chinese knockoff. And, well, and one thing that really scared me, that made me think this guy was a knockoff, let's just zoom in, shall we? Is this bandana thing, it just kept falling out. Like, it just kind of like fell for no reason, and it would keep getting lost. So I was like, holy crap, is this guy a knockoff? They haven't made knockoffs yet, thank God, but just be careful, man. Really, with any figures, just be careful when buying stuff. Always buy from a reliable site that you have bought from before. But anyway, let's get into his accessories, because that is what makes a figure a figure. So let's just jump into it. And for being skinny, his accessories really do make up for his size, because oh boy, is he packing. He comes with 2 open hands, 2 fists, a forward-facing grabby hand, a pointing hand, a grabby hand in a vertical position, a trigger finger hand, a rock-on hand, a pump shotgun hand, which I'll show its use later, and a special grabby hand for the calling card. But enough with the hands, they don't make the most interesting accessories, so we might as well get into the face plates. You get an angry face, a smiling face, and a neutral face. You also get this nicely sculpted mask piece, which goes over his hair, and his regular hair. But for the weapon accessories, you get a nicely sculpted shotgun, which, like mentioned before, can cradle a shotgun in its hand. And for his final accessory, you get his signature weapon being his pipe. Yeah, there's really nothing to say, it's just a pipe. And for his special accessory, comes with a teeny tiny calling card. Now, though this guy has a lot of accessories, you might expect some useless ones, but Figma really did their job correctly and decided on a really good selection of tools for Ryuji to hold, and none of them feel like they were forced in just to increase the price of the figure, which is pretty cool. And all of his accessories just seem to be really fitting of him and just really scream Ryuji. From his signature pipe to his violent shotgun, it all screams Ryuji. So overall, all of his accessories have a meaning and are cool for him to have. So all of his accessories are really good. Then let's just jump into his articulation. Interesting ball joint feature at the head where there's also a ball joint at the neck and a ball joint at the top, which gives him extended movement at the head, which most Persona 5 figures didn't have. And this guy really improves upon. Rotation at the bandana, which is pretty fragile, so I would just recommend putting it in and choosing the placement of the bandana when you put it on. Rotation at the arm moves out this far, bend at the arm. Wrist can go side to side, but if you move it, it can go up and down. Hit S for moving forward and backward. You can move very deep inward. Almost as good as Fox, not as good as Fox. This guy has two ball joint segments, one up here and one down here, and can go back this far. He can kick up this far, go back this far. His leg is on a ball joint, double bend at the knee, a nice up and down at the toe, which can also have a very nice pivot, and a toe. So in a summary, this figure is super good, really cool. 4.5 out of 5. It has a lot of cool features going for it, especially when he's paired with any of the Persona 5 Figma figures. They create such an outstanding presence on a shelf. Highly recommend it to anybody who likes Persona 5.
And remember, don't do cocaine pills.
That's all she wrote!